This way. Otis, Harris, this way. This way. You know the way. Morning. Alfie, just wait for a sec. We'll let them pass us. Harris, hang on. Good boy. Good you guys. Good puppies. Good puppies. So just let these other dogs pass us. Here's the other dogs in question. I don't know if you can see, there's about 6 or 7. Right. This way, gang. This way. This way. Right, we're up and we're live. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along to Crighton Pet Services Virtual Dog Walk, Live Dog Walk. I'm Stephen Crighton and you join us on Tuesday the 10th on our morning session. If you're not familiar with our channel, I'm a professional dog walker based in Edinburgh. I look after puppies, and in our morning session we only look after small dogs, so you'll see all the dogs are around about the same size, same weight, and we've got a few of the same breed. We've got 3 Border Terriers out today, and we have quite a lot of Border Terriers in our team. Out of the 25 dogs I look after, we've got 5, so they make up quite a significant percent of the estate, if that's the right way to put it. I go live every day around about the same time. It's a good way to show the owners exactly how the dogs get on with each other, where we are, what conditions we're experiencing, what drama we're experiencing, and just how well everyone's responding to each other. I think you can see, especially if you're joining us for the first time, the dogs are pretty settled and content. It's not the type of thing that we're making this content to show you dogs tearing about and doing, you know, juggling or dancing on podiums or anything that's going to put them into harm's way. It's really just them out for their session, their dog walk, and we've built up quite an audience doing this. Yesterday's live stream had 1,100 people plus tune into it, which is just fantastic. I don't know what we're doing right to get so many people come and watch us, but we welcome you to come and have a look, join in, talk to us, and in particular keep me company, because it can be a little bit, maybe I'll just not go down that way because I won't manage that way, a little bit lonely just being out here on my own. So the human interaction is always greatly appreciated, and with that company from my end of the bargain, we'll talk to you about anything to do with the dogs or where we are, or the business, that kind of thing, including how to avoid snagging on every single branch and twig and root and everything else that goes with it. So there we go. Right, let me spin the camera around so you can see the puppers some more. We've had a lot of rain here in the last 24 hours. The city has had a couple of really big downpours in the last day. And I thought we were maybe going to be in for some today, but I've checked just before we went live and we're to have a lot of sun this afternoon, which is quite nice. So the conditions just now for the dogs are interesting. They're really interesting. Hang on. We'll talk about the conditions in a minute. We'll watch Barney's behaviour as Ruby snags herself on yet another tree root. There we go. You okay, Barney? You a bit frustrated today, buddy? You a little bit frustrated? Just have a quick scan of the horizon before we properly venture out here. I think the coast is clear. We don't have any bears. So, we will talk about the behaviour in a second. But Barney, who's our Shih Tzu here, the dog that's got a bit of white through them, he is pouncing and trying to do a playbow with Alfie, who could not care less. Not interested in that at all. Not got the slightest bit of interest to play with him, which is a bit of a shame. Usually what would happen is the dog would reciprocate and they'd maybe get a chase or they'd have a wrestle or something like that. But I think you're a bit frustrated today, buddy. In fact, I would bet money on that if I was a betting man. It's the type of thing that Barney has had a groom in the last 24 hours. And so he's maybe carrying a little bit of tension with him. There's such a thing in dog behaviour called trigger stacking. So that's when one stress is on top of another, is on top of another, is on top of another. And then eventually they either need to deal with that stress in a way that is sort of conducive to their breed, or by sleeping it off, or by having a good old tussle in friendly quarters. So he had chose Alfie as his partner to have a bit of a tug of war with, but Alfie here is not interested. He's not bothered. He doesn't want to have that wrestle. He doesn't want to have that conflict. And so that all that means for poor Barney is that he's probably still carrying around a little bit of frustration, and we need to find a way to healthily expel that. So maybe we'll have a run, maybe something will unravel naturally for them to kind of deal with that. But I suspect it's not quite over yet. Hey buddy, no. And whilst that was all going on, Juno wanted to do the same with you. I know, and you can be bothered with that either. I know. It's fascinating watching them behave and how they get on with each other and what they end up doing. It's always it's been my kind of main sort of selling point to the clients, is that one of the things that I'll do is report back exactly what we see, whether it's good, the bad or the ugly. And a great way to do that is just to show owners exactly what we see using the camera. But of course that can sometimes mean that we end up showing things that we'd maybe prefer from a business perspective to avoid showing from time to time. For example, the dog's pooing, which is what I'm dealing with just now. Sorry if you're just seeing the scenery. We'll get the dogs back on camera in a second. There we go. Excuse us. Nature calls. Good, you guys. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Need to give that person a wave. Here we go. I don't think they saw me. They changed their route to accommodate us coming down here, so that was good of them.